Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on the mechanics of the marketplace in Black Desert. So the marketplace can be a somewhat confusing thing to new players, as it doesn't really work the same way you'd expect the auction house or marketplace in other games to work. So to start with, let's just call it the marketplace. So the first thing is, just like most other games, in Black Desert you have to be at the marketplace to use the marketplace. However, Black Desert also has marketplace maids, which allow you to do one transaction per maid that you have every 15 to 20 minutes. So the marketplace is fairly simple. You can register items using this. So for example, I could register a strength helmet of Heve. You've got minimum and max prices. And so these minimum and max prices are based on the items sold. Each item has its own maximum price that it can ever reach, which, for example, for boss gear is 94,999,999 silver, as well as a minimum price. And some items will fluctuate in between those, so you'll never be able to sell it at full minimum or at full maximum. For example, the Tungrad earring as a boss gear can get up to 94 million, just like the Muskin's shoes, but it is not there, it's only about 72 million. And then the Ring of Crescent Guardians, even lower. And those prices are determined by the prices that the items sell at. If the items continually sell at minimum price and sit on the market for a while, the minimum price will continue to lower until it hits the absolute floor. If they continue to sell at maximum price, they'll continue to rise until they hit the absolute ceiling. Now, apart from registering items, you can also buy items with the market, which is going to be your main function of the marketplace. And you got on the side, you have various categories. So main weapons, which is the primary weapon you use before awakening. Your sub-weapon, which is for Musas and Mawas, it's the bow. For wizards, witches, and rangers, it's the dagger. Those are your sub-weapons. And then your awakening weapon, which is just the weapon you use when you're awakened. For warriors, it's the greatsword, etc. Then there's armor, which is all types of armor, as well as functional clothes. So this is where you can find your silver embroidered stuff. These are functional clothes. And crafted clothes, which is not an armor, but is just to make you look good, and you can turn this into an outfit using a cash shop item. So these work kind of like pearl outfits that are actually armor and don't give you any DP and cannot be enhanced, unless you use a cash item to turn them into what is essentially the same as a cash shop armor, and then you have the same effects and you can wear it over your normal armor. Materials are just anything used for crafting. Consumables are potions, beers, food, item parts, so items to make the ancient relic shards and stuff, so you can farm memfrags, that's where you get these. Elixirs, everything that you can consume are those. Life tools are just things you use for life skills. Alchemy stones, fairly explanatory, they're just the alchemy stones themselves. Magic crystals for inserting in gear. Pearl items, so this is a pretty important one because this is where you can buy pearl items. And I'll just quickly explain, because pearl items are a bit special when it comes to the marketplace. So for most items in the marketplace, there's a 15-minute grace period before the item actually goes up. So if I register this strength helmet of Heve here, put it to max, confirm, and register it. It cannot be withdrawn from the queue, and the registration cannot be cancelled for 5 minutes after posting. And posting is the point when the item is actually seen in the marketplace list. So it'll enter the queue, it'll be there for about 13 to 15 minutes, and then we can finally see it. And you can't cancel for another 5 minutes after that. So if you fuck up and accidentally register your boss gear or something like that, there's no change in that. It cannot be canceled. It will go up and it will be purchased. Pearl items, on the other hand, to incentivize people to buy marketplace maids or to camp the market, only take 1 minute or even less because of how the server tick works to go up. So how the server tick works is every minute it throws new stuff up if there's new stuff in the queue. So if you throw up a Pearl Shop item and then the server ticks, that Pearl Shop item can go up immediately within like 2 seconds. Other times you'll have to wait a bit longer. But even so, if you see a Pearl Shop item come up here, pretty much instantly throw open the marketplace maid and start watching, as it will go up within the next 2 minutes. Dyes are, if you don't have a value pack, you can use dyes to dye your armor. Mounts are, they're not actually the mounts, you have to buy those at stables, but they are everything that go on the mounts. So you've got registration for camels, but that's about it. And then you got feed, champrons, barding, all that other good stuff. And then wagons, you can actually buy the wagon registrations here. Then you've got ship pieces, and you can buy the ship registrations here as well, but for the most part, the only ships you can really see sold are fishing boats. And furniture for your house, as well as special deals. So special deals is when you make a party, you have an option to create special deals. So that you'll send any item below a certain cutoff point to special deals. So you get blackstones, you get armor, you get weapons, they all go to special deals. And this is a great thing because it means they don't clutter up your inventory or take any of your registrations. You only have 30 registrations. So you can see I can register 28 more items, which means I have 2 items registered. Special deals don't count towards that registration limit. So if you have a bunch of stuff, for example, maybe you're selling steel that you processed, or maybe you're selling, I don't know, blackstones for some weird reason, you can still have everything go to special deals and not have to worry about it. And this is also a great place to look for items, because a lot of stuff that normally would be a little harder to find going on the actual marketplace itself can go to special deals. For example, this Serap's necklace here goes to special deals. There's going to be a bunch of stuff in special deals, and occasionally, very, very rarely, you can get lucky and some poor schmuck will be in a party when they go to a world boss and they'll actually get a world boss item, and it'll go to special deals and they'll hate themselves forever and make sure every time they go to world boss after that they don't have special deals on. And I'm totally not speaking from experience right now, so yeah. So these are the market categories, and the market all works in a few different ways. So as I've already explained, it takes 15 minutes for an item to register unless it's a Pearl Shop item. The maximum minimum limits are flexible, and there are absolute minimums and absolute maximums. And the bidding system is not a normal bidding system. So when you think of bidding system, you think a normal Western auction house where the auctioneer goes, do I have 50? Do I have $50? Do I have 100? Do I have $100? That's not how this works. You don't get to increase your bid. It's more like a silent auction. So let's go find a decent item. A lot of TED stuff on the market. That's weird. I don't know. Let's go to enhancement stuff, because everyone needs enhancement stuff. And there's a lot of stuff here. All right. Let's buy an armor stone. Actually, let's not. Trying to find something that's actually difficult to bid on. I'd like that, but that's not going to go up for a while. Nope. So basically, I'll explain as I'm looking. So how the bid option works is, as an item goes up, so here you go, you see there'll be a bid. So it enters the bid phase for the first minute. And in the bid phase, anyone can press bid, and it won't take your money out, so don't worry about it taking the money out of your storage or anything. You can still bid on other items while this is happening. And when the bid is ended, it'll go into the end bid phase, and everyone that's bid on it has the chance to try and claim the item. And only one person will win the item. The rest of them will not win the item. However, if they don't claim the item in the bid phase, the item will then go to the buy phase and anyone can buy it. So essentially what you're doing is you're being given a ticket. It's basically like a lottery ticket. And a ticket with a number on it. So first person gets 1, so on and so forth until everyone's got it. So if you have 10 people, 1 through 10, the system will then choose a number, say number 3. And if you happen to be the third person, you now have the option to buy the item. You can press bidding results and the item will be purchased for you. However, if you don't win, you have to hope that whoever bid on the item either forgets about it or they just don't claim it, and it goes to the buy phase. And as soon as it hits buy phase, anyone can purchase that item. So you pretty much have to spam click. So just hold the left mouse button and the space bar and keep spam clicking and hope that you win the item. And I've actually won a few Pearl Shop items like that, but mostly bots win those because marketplace bots are actually a thing in Black Desert, unfortunately, and they win a lot of Pearl Shop items as well as very rare materials. So that's how the bid system works, and it can be a little annoying. And the other special thing about the marketplace is pre-orders. So let's go back to town while I'll explain pre-orders. So pre-orders function the way you'd think the bid system would. You put a pre-order on an item, and when the item goes up, it can go to pre-order, and when it goes to pre-order, whoever has the highest pre-order wins the item. But the items will not always go to pre-order. Just because you have a pre-order up on an item does not mean the item will go to you, even if you had the highest pre-order. Let's go to the marketplace here. So for example, I have pre-orders on most boss gear. For example, if we go to the Dandelion here, and actually let's just go to Vedient because that's the one I care about. Let's go here. So you go to the item, and there's two buttons here. There's Notice, which will give you a notice for when the item goes up. So for example, Pearl items. You cannot put a pre-order on Pearl items, you can only put notices on them. And Pre-order. So you press Pre-order, and then you can put in the amount you want to pre-order it for. And for some items, you can put that stack, you can put in the amount that you want to reserve. However, you're not guaranteed to win just because you had the pre-order, because the items don't have to go to pre-order. The more exclusive an item is, so the less items have ever been sold of that type, the lower the chance that that item will go to pre-order when someone registers it to the marketplace for. So here's the bidding shop. I failed at purchasing it, so now all I've got to do is I've got to hope that whoever is bidding for it doesn't get it. And if they don't check it, then I can start spam clicking and hope to win this dog. However, that's a very low chance. As you can see, there's only 791 ever sold, so I'd be the 792nd person to ever win a shepherd. It takes 30 seconds, and as you can see, item already sold. I was not fast enough. It is instantaneous. As soon as it happens, you've got to be clicking, and you've got to beat everyone else for it. So anyways, back to pre-order. So the pre-order, so we'll go back to the Vedient here. Dandy. So the pre-order, just because you put a pre-order on the item doesn't mean you're going to get it. Less the item's ever been sold, the higher the chance it won't go to pre-order. And as soon as someone registers the item will either go to pre-order or it will go to the main market. If it goes to the main market, you've got to wait 15 minutes to be able to bid on it. If it goes to pre-order, whoever has got the highest pre-order will just win it right away, and everyone else will be notified that the item was won through pre-order by whoever won it. So you can try to whisper them to ask how much their pre-order for that item was to see if you can put the pre-order for that up. But most people don't respond, either because they want to tell a guildie what the pre-order is, or because they're AFK at the time, or because they're not even logged in at the time. So pre-ordering, definitely the best way to get boss gear if you have tons of money, but it will take a little while, as you've got to hope that you have the highest pre-order. You're bidding against a bunch of other really rich people that have billions of silver to spend on pre-orders, and that silver could be better used either trying to roll the night vendor or just investing in other parts of Black Desert. But if you really want an item, pre-ordering is definitely a very good thing to do, as it's guaranteed as long as you have the highest pre-order, you will get it eventually. Anyways guys, those are the basics of the marketplace in Black Desert. Hope you learned something from the video. Subscribe if you like it, and have a good one.